make remarks, come forward, please.
Or presentations, either one.
While he makes his way up, I just want to say thank you, Pastor, for everything you've done. Um, you've watched me grow up, literally, working with my father in the Bibb County Fire Department, and it's a great honor to stand before you today and honor you in this manner. So I will step off and come on over.
Say good evening, everybody. My name is Frank Gooden. I'm a member over at St. Peter Baptist Church. I've been there about 60 some odd years, and I've been under the leadership of Pastor Finney over 30 some odd years. And I tell you, we have really had a blessed time. The Lord has really uplifted that St. Peter Baptist Church and uplifted members, and we had a good time enjoying it. Now, this man here, he's a hard-working man. He ain't just a pastor. He will roll up his sleeve, and he'll go to work. He ain't gonna tell you nothing to do that he wouldn't do. If you need to go on top of the house, he going. If you need to go under the house, he going. So you don't find many pastors gonna do what this man do, Reverend Willie Finney. And I tell you, I've been blessed by being led by him. So if anybody that don't know him, y'all need to get to know him. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Norman Wright Jr. I happen to be the associate minister under the leadership of Pastor Willie L. Finney at St. Peter Missionary Baptist Church. I've just served there this is going my third year as member there. I've been knowing Pastor Finney for such a while. We have shared classes together over at Lethia Baptist Church. I noticed him as he grew up under the late Pastor Joel Hill, and I watched him from a distance. I noticed that he don't mind pulling up his arm sleeves and getting down to brass tacks, getting down into business and working with the community, working with the church. And I just wanted to come and support him. On this night, my wife and I, we're here along with some more members of St. Peter Baptist Church, and we're here to encourage Pastor Finney to keep on keeping on what he's doing. He's doing a great work, and it's too late in the ball game to come down now. Stay on top of the wall and keep on building for the Lord in our community. Thank you.
My name is Lorraine Smith. I came to St. Peter in 1996, and it's an accolade that was left out. And I wanted to bring this because don't too many pastors get a chance to do this. In 2008, he did the prayer at the opening session at the state capitol. And that's an honor for someone to be able to get to do that. I think it's one other person here, from my understanding, a minister from this area, to get an opportunity to do that. Now, Pastor Finney is a quiet man, but he carries a big stick. He has a reputation of he's standing by his word, and people know this. We have had some people say they don't know when to smile or not when they come to the church, but he's a serious. When it comes to the Lord, he is dead serious, and he do not play when it comes to teaching all of us the word of God. And we wanted, from the St. Peter Baptist Church, we want to thank you all for thanking him of him to name a street after him. Thank you.
Let me thank our honorable mayor and Commissioner Luke and Commissioner Bronson, all of y'all. Y'all done a great work here in Macon, Georgia. And we just don't think and look and see all the great work you do. When I look around and see how the city of Macon is coming on and the work you do, I know it's not easy. It's a hard job dealing with personality. And we just thank God for each and every one of you. But I want to make a statement over there at St. Peter. I got there in 1990, January. But there was a man before I got there. His name was Peter R. Ben. This is his picture here. And he is the founder of the church. And so I didn't want to take all the credit from him and the great work that he done, because if the Lord hadn't laid on his heart the great work that he done, then I probably wouldn't be here. I am the third pastor that ever pastored St. Peter Baptist Church. Peter R. Ben was founded in 1952. He stayed there 20 years. And then he had Pastor Mim. He stayed there about 16 years. So being the third pastor in January coming up, I have 34 years. But I don't want never forget the founder that started everything at St. Peter Baptist Church. Really, it ought to be his name on that plaque instead of my name. But I just thank God for all of you. May God bless you.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Pastor Finney, and thank you not only being a man of God, but being very humble. And we certainly don't have enough of that today, and I'm glad we could recognize you while you're still here. Too many times we wait till someone's gone before we have an opportunity to recognize them. So thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for those words. We have a couple more things to take care of before we finish our business today, and I'll go out of order just one more time. Commissioner Wynn, I know you're equally waiting to do that proclamation, but hold on just a second. We have some other royalty in the house tonight, and I want to make sure that I introduce a couple of folks and have them come down front so we can recognize them. You know, Macon-Bibb County has several sister cities that we work with, and we have great relationships throughout the entire nations. And certainly tonight we have a visitor here. I'd like to ask first our Queen Mother Nana Ajua, if you don't mind coming down forward to the front. And then we also have Chief Nana Atumba from Elmina, Africa. If you don't mind coming down right front, I want to recognize them. Certainly, we appreciate the great relationships we have everywhere. We take advantage of those, any opportunity that we get a chance to show that we are a city of love here in Macon-Bibb County. We are proud of our diversity, and we're proud of all the wonderful partnerships that we have throughout the world. And this is another great example of that. I'm going to sit there in just a moment for a picture, but also to give a small token of our appreciation with some fabulous Macon items that you can take back home with you. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to our proclamation, which is congratulating the Washington Memorial Library on their centennial celebration. Commissioner Valerie Wynn will be reading that proclamation tonight, and we'll be joined by several of our guests here tonight. I know they're very excited about all the wonderful things we have coming on at the library, and including our new expansion there at the Macon Mall. So, Ms. Wynn, we'll hear from you now.
Thank you. I apologize for my.
Speaking of that microphone, if you don't mind.
I've got to hold my thing up here, even though I've got my reading glasses on. It's like a dark restaurant with little writing, okay? So I can read this properly. But it's a proclamation from the office of the mayor, Macon-Bibb County, Georgia. Whereas in 1906, Ellen Washington Bellamy donated $50,000, that's a lot of money, for the site on the corner of Washington Avenue and College Street, known as Washington Place, for the construction of a new library to be built in memory of her brother Hugh Vernon Washington, with the construction being with the construction being held on April 26, 1919, and whereas on November 28, 1923, the Washington Memorial Library, designed by Nesbitt and Dunwoody, were opened to the public, and whereas in 1923, the Genealogy and Historical Room, sponsored by the Mary Hammond Washington chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, opened in the library, and whereas in 1927, the Children's Room, sponsored by the Macon Lions Club, opened on the first floor facing College Street. And whereas changes made to the library starting in 1959 included 3,000 square foot addition using bonds issued by the City of Macon in 1956. And in 1970, the Amelia Hutchings Library Collection was merged into the Washington Memorial Library Collection. Whereas in 1976, the library was remodeled and the land adjacent to it was purchased for the expansion and parking. And by 1979, the library was enlarged to the current size of 50,000 square feet. And the Middle Georgia Archives became a permanent part of the library in 1983. And whereas from 2005 to 2011, the library underwent extensive renovations and reopened with service-enhancing modifications, including a state-of-the-art computer lab, I've been there, and study rooms, new furnishings and lighting, and wireless internet. And whereas in 2017, the Washington Memorial Library was named one of the 10 most beautiful libraries in Georgia. And in 2018, the Business and Nonprofit Center, provided with funding from the Community Foundation of Central Georgia and the Knight Foundation, was established on the second floor of the library to support the research and development needs of individuals and organizations, nonprofits, and entrepreneurial endeavors. And whereas in 2021, the Memory Lab opened on the second floor, enabling the preservation of community members' memories through equipment capable of digitalizing home movies, scanning photographs, and converting audio-visual content images from legacy media to digital. And whereas to date, the Washington Memorial Library continues to serve as the central hub of operations for the Middle Georgia Regional Library System, providing excellent services and materials to all people. Now, therefore, I, Lester M. Miller, who I'm not, do hereby proclaim November 7th, 2023 as Washington Memorial Library Centennial Day. In Macon-Bibb County, I call upon the people of Macon, Georgia to join me in congratulating Washington Memorial Library on its centennial anniversary and encourage everyone to visit there during the upcoming celebrations, and to take advantage of the resources. Thank you to librarians and library workers for making access to information and resources available to all who walk through the library's doors. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the consolidated government to be affixed on the 7th day of November 2023, signed by the Honorable Lester M. Miller, Mayor.
Thank you all very much. I just don't want to miss the opportunity to express my sincere gratitude. You do not make it 100 years without the commitment of you all and those who came before you. And so we appreciate your commitment to literacy and education in our community. And we commit to you to be good stewards to make sure that it carries on well into the future. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on with our program. We have approval of the minutes. This is the approval of the minutes from October the 17th, 2023. Can I get a motion to approve? Motion by Commissioner Water. We got a second? Second by Mayor Pro Tem Clark. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Opposed, nay. That motion carries. We have, let me see, we got two items here. I guess one's sheriff allocation and repairs and transit authority. We'll treat those as one in just a second then. Right now, we have the consent agenda, items A through Q, with the exception of, except K, which we've already approved tonight. This is the resolution including naming the Finney Drive, or at least the Finney honorarium. So I'll entertain a motion for items A through Q for the consent agenda to be approved. Can I get a motion to approve? Motion by Commissioner Howell, second by Mayor Pro Tem Clark. All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Opposed, nay. That motion carries. We have one person that asked to speak tonight, and it looks like it's a double opportunity. We'll give you 5 minutes to speak. Mr. Horton. You move the podium on him. He's going to do a 5-minute combo. His time's not going to start until he starts speaking, but it's on the sheriff's, the allocation for repairs, and the infamous transit authority. Yes.
Can y'all hear me? Good evening. It is a pleasure to be here today, and I want to thank the sheriff for his comments earlier. I heard a good bit of what he said, and I started the sheriff's department in 1990. And when I started there in 1990, there were always maintenance going on at the jail. Always being painted, maintained. And it's something that is going to continue on. And you probably would be better off if you got some information from former commissioners who could probably give you a lot of information on how to maintain that jail, because it's going to take a lot. That was in 1990. It wasn't nowhere near as old as it is now, so can you just imagine? And one other thing I wanted to remind you all of is that the situation of law enforcement that we're in now didn't happen overnight. It happened as a result of consolidation. When we consolidated, everybody was so concerned about making it work money-wise, you forgot law enforcement-wise. And a lot of people who were employed at the sheriff's department were told that they had to take this packet or they would not get what they was promised when we signed the contract. The benefits were going to be cut. And so a lot of officers made it known, and what happened was the commission of 2015, I believe, said you have to take this, you have to go ahead and retire now or you're going to lose it. What they should have done was they should have said, well, you can maintain this and stay on with the department because your services are needed, but they wanted to save money, so they said, well, y'all leave now, y'all get your benefits, and everybody else will be paid what we are offering now. I say all that to say the problem with the staffing started then, compounded with COVID. It just added to it. Then somebody had a bright idea that we needed to have a sheriff or a police chief. Why not both? We had a strong sheriff department and a strong police department that worked together. This commission has set the sheriff and whoever becomes the sheriff next for failure because you didn't foresee that the problem of having such a mass exodus of sheriff and deputies would cause such a problem down the line, all because you were so determined to make consolidation work.
2 minutes.
I would like to see some people explain that. Now, there were some people who said, okay, well, we got consolidation, now we have to make it work. Understandable. We have to do a better job at letting the public know because the public don't know. There's one person that is taking the butt of all the things that are happening, and there are so many more players than that. So I expect to hear some point of personal privileges at the end of this discussion tonight. At least saying that, taking some of the blame, because there's a lot to go around. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for being here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this does complete our meeting for tonight. Commissioners, we would like to let you know that if you intend to go to the sneaker ball that's coming up in December, please let Ms. Ross know. And we also have our announcement coming up on the demolition that's going to happen on Thursday at 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock, I'm sorry, on Richmond. You can get Ms. Ross and we'll give you information on that. That's a very important number that we're hitting there, and we all like for as many of you that can come can be there on Richmond over off of Houston Avenue. So if there's no further business brings us here today, this meeting is hereby adjourned.